Hey, what's up guys? My name is Tomagu. Now, this is going to be a little different. I'm going to do a review on the headset that I am wearing currently right now. I just picked these up and believe it or not, they're actually they're still for pre-order on the Logitech website. And I ended up finding them on the Best Buy website of all things. And believe it or not, they were sitting right there on the shelf. I actually looked it up online and they were available to order, and then I noticed that there was a option to pick them up in the store, so I figured, hey, I'll just go to the store and see if they're not lying to me. So sure enough, there they were, so I decided to pick them up. They are $200, but they are very nice headsets. You will not regret it whatsoever. So I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys what they are. These are the Logitech G933s. Try and get a nice look at them there. Again, these are $200, and they are probably the most comfortable headsets that I've ever worn. So you can see I'm wearing a beanie right now, and the only reason for that is because my particular ears are prone to ear infections really bad, so wearing a beanie and a headset over them is actually a lot more comfortable, except for some reason my left ear is being a little weird about it, but that's kind of beside the point. So I'm going to show you guys what these headsets are all about. These things are absolutely amazing, and I love them to death. Now I've been trying to downgrade to Windows 7 so I can show you guys all the features of the headset, because for some reason on Windows 10 the gaming software wasn't working correctly and they weren't registering the fact that I even had the headsets plugged in, even though the USB dongle was fully functioning and I could hear everything and all that. But I couldn't change any of the settings, including colors and all that stuff, but more on that later. So to show you guys how the headset actually, what it looks like, a little bit clearer and better, I have my other camera here just to the right of me, and I'll show you guys how this works. So show you as much goods and bads about it as I possibly can, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so for starters, there's the keys on the back here. Now, the keys are actually really nice. Now, I've never really owned any other pair of Logitech headphones at all, so I guess I can't really say much in comparison to any of the other ones, but I've heard, I know for a fact that the G930s, the buttons are on the side rather than on the back. Now, me personally, I think that's a better idea to have them on the back, and the only reason for that is because when you have them on the side like this, they tend to give you a lot of clicking sounds in your ear, because it is facing your ear and you are pushing into your ear, so it makes it a lot louder when you're clicking them. Whereas on the back here, you hardly get any of that. So, but anyways, on the top here you have the mode switcher. It's actually the power button, but either way, it all does the same thing. Turn it on, turn it off. It also enables a slightly different feature with the headphone jack in the bottom here. It's kind of hard to see, you probably can't see it, but that's alright. There's a headphone jack and USB port on the bottom here. Now, again, switching the mode doesn't necessarily change what these do, but if you switch the headphones off, the headphone port is primary, so it will be a lot louder, obviously to the limit of the device that you have plugged into it via the headphone jack, but you know, keep that in mind. The other nice thing too is that you can run 3, actually technically more than that, but if you want to get to the, you know, easy side of things, I guess, it will run 3 things at the same time, so you can have the headphones plugged in as well as the wireless to the dongle and the dongle itself. Let's see if I can turn the camera just a little bit so you guys can see it. There we go. So the dongle here, as you can see, I have my microphone actually plugged directly into it. That way I can hear myself in the headphones. Obviously I'm not wearing them, so I can't hear myself right now, but that's beside the point. But yeah, so you can do the headphone jack in the bottom, wireless, and a cord plugged into the dongle all at the same time, so you have 3 things running. The nice thing about the cord that comes with the wireless version is that it has RCA plugs in which you can plug even more stuff into. Obviously you can split these off and plug in probably good 10 things if you really want to, but of course when doing that it's going to lower the sound quality significantly because you're trying to pool all of that audio into one device, so it's gonna dramatically change how things sound, but the fact that you can do it is really nice. The other cool feature obviously is the lighting. Lighting is fully customizable. Right now it's blinking and glowing and stuff like that, and I'll show you how to customize that in just a little bit here. Next thing is the rocker here. I really like it, but the placement of it isn't so great, and the only reason for that is because every time I want to adjust it on my head, I tend to either turn it up or turn it down even by one click, and it does beep 2 different tones when you turn it up or turn it down, so that is a thing that is affected. Let me move my mic here. Maybe you guys can hear me a little bit better. Okay. Another neat feature here too, you can take off the faceplates. I'm assuming Logitech is going to eventually allow you to get different faceplates for it. I've seen clear ones, but I think those might have been modded or directly from Logitech that you can't get yet. Inside here is where you can put the dongle at. If you want to store it, you can take it with you, whatever, so that way you don't lose it. Now in the Sony Golds, PS4 Gold headsets, obviously you can't hide the dongle anywhere. But you can take off the faceplates. I figured that out the other day, but they don't do anything and there's no space, so that's something kind of different there. The other side, now this is a neat feature. People have been complaining the fact that the battery is non-replaceable and all that on the 930s anyways, and that maybe they should change them to AA's or whatever. I don't even know why that was a thing. I heard somebody posted that online. I'm not going to say where or whatever, but it was a complaint. Either way, it's feedback, however you look at it. Now, the cool feature about the 933s is that the battery, if I can get it out, is replaceable. You can get replacement batteries directly from Logitech. I forget how expensive they are because I didn't really look anyways, but the whole fact that you can replace the battery is really neat. So that way, if you've had them for 2-3 years and the batteries doesn't seem to be lasting all that long, you can get a replacement battery for, I would imagine, not too expensive, because I'm assuming they're actually going to make this battery compatible with a lot of different things as they move on, so from these headsets. And then the one thing that everybody is always curious about, there's obviously comfort and durability. These things, I haven't stressed them very far because I'm afraid to, and not because they creak or crack or anything like that. They actually have no sound to them when you move them, which normally isn't an issue when you're wearing them, but obviously, it kind of tells you how far you can, how far you dare to pull them apart. But these ones actually have, it's a metal band in here that you can't see because it's covered in a rubber or a silicone coating on both sides. Kind of hard to see, but it's in there. And but either way, and that's just for tensile strength. It's not really gonna help the springiness or anything like that necessarily. But it's I would say this would be pretty difficult to break. I mean, my head is probably, I don't know, about that or so, my small head, but it gives you an idea of how far this thing can stretch, so without being affected in too many ways, just like that. And then obviously you can pull it out pretty long too, so that way if you really have a big head, then this will be pretty comfortable even for you guys. So another thing, again, you can pull these off. I haven't pulled mine off yet because I don't care to. I don't need to right now. But you can pull these off. You can throw them in the washing machine and wash them if they get really dirty or grimy, whatever, if they've been sitting on your head for too long. And then these also are replaceable as well, so that way if you guys ever wreck them or whatever, or they just start getting torn, and then you can replace those. Now, I've heard complaints with the type of material that they're using. I forget what the name of it's called, but it's not a leather type. It's actually more like, uses it's not memory foam, it's just foam. Excuse me, it's just foam in there. It's not really memory. It's a type of memory foam, I guess, but it's very compressive. And then it's just wrapped in a breathable material Again, it's not leather or fake leather or anything like that. The actual material that it is sewn onto is the fake leather stuff, but that's just for strength and durability. And it is very breathable, but some people might complain that it's not very comfortable. In my opinion, they're actually one of the most comfortable headsets that I've ever worn. The Sony Gold headsets that I have been using the last few times, those are unbelievably, amazingly comfortable. But these ones, I would say, are just at par with that, if not just a little bit better. And again, I would assume, I haven't tested it yet, but I would think that you might be able to use the G930 cushions on these headsets just because of the type of design that it is. So you can have the blue one if you want, or you can have the standard. Actually, I think that's from the G430s, but whatever. Otherwise, you can have the regular black leather cushion ones. So those are really nice. Plus, they do turn to some degree, so you can place them on your neck without them, getting too far in the way. For some reason, my right side here likes to pop out really easy. Not that it bothers me all that much, but it doesn't affect anything when it's on my head. So, and then cushion too. It's very cushiony. Obviously, if I shook my head around a lot, they would probably fall off. But at least when I, lean down, at least when my beanie's on, if I don't have my beanie on, they would slide off. But tilting back, they don't really have too many issues. It's better looking down than it is looking up. So, which they expect you to do, to look down more than looking up. So, I think that's all I have. Oh, one more thing. Of course, almost forgot. The microphone in this, when I turn to the front here, now the microphone is very much like the 930s, so when you pull it out, it will beep, and the microphone is unmuted. Now, for some reason, there is also a microphone mute button on the back here. Not all of these are G keys. This one is a microphone mute button, so if you have it out, but just messing around with things, I guess. If you have it out, you can mute it without pulling the microphone back in, but I guess I don't see the difference. The only thing that I could see that with is if you actually pull the micro. It is extendable, by the way. If you pull the microphone out, and you don't want to have to, try to push it back in and put it back up to mute yourself, you just push the button on the back here. Of course, many keyboards also have quick keys, macro keys for that. Anyways, but if you don't have that or don't use those, the button's also on the back here, so you can use that. And then, yeah, again, it's extendable. Now, the pictures online showed, I don't know if this affect you at all, but the pictures online do show that the light is part of a bar here. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, right there. That is actually the microphone. This is a fully noise-canceling microphone, so on the left is a microphone, and on the right is a microphone as well. So the light's actually a little dot towards the top here, but for some reason it's not. Let me turn on here. Yep, so there's the light on the top. Probably can't see it. It's so dim. Maybe? Yep. So, anyways, yeah, that's where the light is. Not sure why it's there, but it's there. Can't really see it anyways when you're wearing it. It does tend to be tilted up a little bit for whatever reason. So when I'm wearing it, just as a quick show here, it does face up a little bit, so it's kind of in the corner of my eye. I don't really like to see the microphone when I'm playing, so I usually pull it out, put it down as much as I can. A little weird sitting there like that, but I don't know, it's still in the corner of my eye, but at least it's not quite as bothersome as it was before. So I just tuck it back away. So yeah, I think that's all I got for the show part, or the physical, looking at part. Again, the dongle. There's not much to really show about the dongle. The dongle does work in the PS4 just like the Sony Golds do. You plug it in and then extract all the audio out to it in the settings menu. So it's, again, just like the Sony Golds, and then you can input any other audio into this as well as into the 3.5 in the bottom of the headset again as well, without any issues. And then you can use the fancy cables to have more audio go into it. And now If you want to play on the Xbox One, it does require either the new controller with the 3.5 audio jack on it, or the audio adapter, which I bought my Xbox One before the new controllers were released, so I would have to get the adapter if I wanted to do that later in the future. But for now, it doesn't bother me. I'm not too worried about it. So the weird thing is, I plugged the dongle directly into my Xbox One USB port on the side, and the audio in my surround sound quit, and then I unplugged it and it came back on. So it's almost like it wants to work because it is Windows-based operating system on the Xbox One. So I'm assuming that maybe in the future, once Windows 10 is fully rolled out for the Xbox One, then you might be able to just plug the dongle in and away you go without any extra stuff. Now again, with the whole thing right now, you do have to plug in that 3.5 from the headset into the dongle. The 3.5 port in the dongle does not support microphone, so you can't wireless the microphone that way. Whereas I've read some other headsets can do that, but this one in particular cannot do that. And then for the 360, it does work as well. I haven't tested it on mine because I haven't seen the need to, because I understand how it would work anyways. Again, the 3.5 works on the controller on the 360 because don't fall over, because it includes a little adapter. Now this little adapter obviously you can get just about everywhere, and I have a ton of them laying around because I've been trying to get headsets to work on my 360 for God only knows how long, and I've gotten a few to work, including my Afterglows, which are pretty much junked at this point. They don't work. Keeps disconnecting. That's beside the point. But yeah, it comes with a 3.5 with mic to 2.5 only mic. So that is actually very specific how that works. The 3.5 cable, grab it here, is this guy here. Again, it includes a mic contact on it. That's the word I'm looking for. A microphone contact, as well as the left and right ear, and obviously the additional, if you guys know how that stuff works. And then it converts it into a 3 contact, from 4 to 3. It's very specific how it does that, so that way the microphone works. And then also there's some controls on the braided 3.5 cable that it does come with as well. You can switch it from the microphone that's in this device to the microphone that's in the headset if you want, as well as a play button, play pause button. Not really sure what that's for, except for obviously a phone, but it doesn't change anything else. There's no other uses for it. It also has a volume adjustment. Now the volume adjustment is a little weird, and maybe it's just because of what I had it plugged into, but there's some feedback in there when you turn it up all the way and turn it down all the way, and it might be because I had it plugged into my microphone, and my microphone provides a little bit of feedback through the 3.5 for whatever reason. It does what it wants. And then it has a microphone mute on here for this, I believe. Yeah, just this device only. So, and then a clip, so you can clip it on your shirt or something, and then it's probably good. I don't know, 3 or probably good, I don't know, 6 feet long, something like that. And then it does come with a 9.5 foot micro USB cable for charging the headset and utilizing it on other devices. I believe you can plug it in the headset directly to the computer wired without the dongle, or you can charge it while the dongle is running on the headset too as well. So there's plenty of options for that. What else? Oh, and I'm told that you can contact Logitech for a braided version of the USB cable that it doesn't automatically come with, because technically, from what I understand, these are an early release version of the headset. The non-early release version of the headset, I'm told, is no different whatsoever at all, just that the cable is different, so, and that's it. But again, I believe you can contact Logitech to give you a free one that is braided. But yeah, I think that's it for the physical part of it. Oh, one other thing too. I noticed that there is feedback when using the dongle on the PS4 and then plugging a 3.5 into it. Again, I had it plugged into my microphone, and that might have been more of the reason why, but keep in mind that you might have a bit of feedback when doing that. So, alright, I will show you guys the software here now. Let me get my thing rolled. Okay, here we go. So this is the software. Let me show you guys the headset while I'm messing around with the software here. So the way that the software works, it's very similar to the macro keys and stuff for the keyboard and the mouse and all that. This is the mouse and keyboard that I'm currently using. And then there's the macro keys here in the back. You can adjust 3 of them to do whatever you want. You can profile base it. You can, I don't know. There are a lot of different things to this that you honestly would just have to play with. So you can assign a new one. You can do anything you want at all. So you can do it per a game if you really want. So you can do a new one here, and then you can go find your game and then click on that, like, I don't know, Broken Age or something, and assign that, and then you'll have a profile up there with that assigned, and then the G keys will associate the game that you're playing and so on and so forth. And then the equalizer. Now if you're really good at equalizing, or if you know how to do it, this is what I have currently set up for mine. This is what I like. But if you are not a fan of trying to figure out how the equalizer works, you can turn the advanced off, and then that allows you to that allows you to change the bass and everything. I don't know what the side tone does, because I played with it, but it didn't do anything, at least not that I noticed. Obviously there's a microphone and the standard volume. The volume also controls the main volume of the computer, so if you can't see it right now, but if I turn it up or down, it will change the overall volume of the actual computer output volume. And then you can create your own equalizer over here and save it if you want, and then it'll directly save to the device, of which then you can change the equalizer if you want, or turn this around on and off. That'll be the next thing that I'll show you. Now the surround part is actually kind of cool. You can use the DTS 7.1 that it comes with. Otherwise it also has an adjustable 7.1, so you can adjust the volume of the virtual surround sound. This isn't true surround sound, obviously. It does come with, I believe, 4 or 5 speakers per, no, 3 to 5 speakers per ear. I saw a blow up picture of it, and I can't remember, you know, how many speakers are in it, but the virtual surround sound is pretty fantastic. Again, you can adjust all this stuff depending on what, you know, what your needs are. When you adjust the equalizer, it does affect the way that the surround sound works and how it sounds. So if you don't want to do a whole lot of that stuff, you can adjust the equalizer and then just change it to DTS excuse me, and then you can run it in true DTS 7.1, or I should say true virtual DTS 7.1, or you can choose the other two. So I usually just use the standard, but a lot of times I'll switch it just to my version, or the standard 7.1 version. So in Dolby, in Dolby instead of DTS. I can't talk anymore. I've been talking too much for the last, I don't know, 25 minutes. And then the other thing too, lighting, that I skipped over here. This is the best part, so I saved the best to last for you guys. Now lighting, I'm going to show you guys on the camera here how the lighting works. This is probably the most fun part of the entire setup. Now the lighting, you can change the colors. There's 16.8 million different colors that the headphones will truly display, which is very cool. You can set your own custom colors here. You can do a full color cycle, which I'll do just for showing purposes. Save to device. So now it will cycle through the colors. It's actually kind of slow, but as you can see, it is cycling through the different colors. And then we'll go back to custom lighting here. You can change whether the logo lights or not, or just the sides. Change the effects. I can do color cycle, change the brightness. Again, the brightness, this all affects the battery. So if you have it down all the way, it's pretty much off. So it's still cycling through the colors, but it's not doing anything right now, so, or it's not showing anything, so it's going to save on your battery significantly. Otherwise you can just completely turn off any other features except for just having a simple color. Otherwise, again, I'll do color cycle, turn it all the way up so you guys can see it, and then the rate. You can adjust the rate, so it's like flashing like crazy stuff is going on. Or breathing effect with just a single color, and so on and so forth. Lego, or enable the logo or not. I keep everything in the middle as much as possible, and then I don't know. I like the color cycle just to have different stuff. Green is my favorite color, but you know I have it where I have it. So, but yeah, and then you can enable per profile. So if you're playing again like Broken Age or I don't know Call of Duty or something like that, you can have Call of Duty be red and have it, you know, I don't know, be red and breathy or something like that whenever you do that. There isn't, as far as I know, any sort of third-party program to enable the ambient lighting to be affected during your gameplay. I've heard of devices that do it for ambient lighting around your TV, and I've been looking into doing that for some of the scary games and stuff that are played that I play and record. That way, you know, if I get a jump scare or something, I can, you know, make the room, you know, light red and flashy and all this stuff and whatnot, and to make it look cool and, you know, get me really scared. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much other stuff to it than that. Like I said, I've been looking into that stuff, but I haven't seen anything yet, so I'm just kind of rambling on. But that's all I really have that I can think of for now for the headset. But yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the best headsets I've ever owned, and you know, at $200, it seems like a lot of money, but for what you get, it is definitely worth it. So again, this is technically not available, but go ahead and go to, like, I don't know, Best Buy or wherever sells it in the stores right now. I just happened to see that Best Buy had it, so definitely go ahead and pick you guys up some G933s. There's also a wired version called it's a Artemis G933. If you guys don't mind having cables hanging off the side of your head. I haven't tested those, and I'm not going to because I don't see the need to, but they're pretty much the exact same. The only thing that's changed is the cables that it comes with. I believe the splitter cable that you get is a little bit different, and I'm not sure that it even comes with that in the first place at all. And then obviously it's not wireless, doesn't have a battery. I don't know about the compartments because I don't remember if it had any or not, but other than that, I think that's pretty much it. The wireless, or not the wireless, the audio is all the same, colors are all the same, all that stuff. But anyways, but yeah, that's the G933s. I'm going to be using these for now, or from now on, whatever, because these headphones are amazing. They work, again, with the PS4 fully, and my microphone, being that it works on the PS4, I'll actually be able to record longer sessions, and a little bit better for editing and so on and so forth. That way I can get you guys some more content as well. I also upgraded my PlayStation's hard drive to 2 terabytes now, but I upgraded it to a 3.5-inch hard drive, so I can use it's actually a 1.8, I figured that out. So 1.8-inch hard drive in my recording device, so that way I can endlessly record as much as I want, up to 500 gigs of it, you know, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I got for this one. This is also kind of my vlog too. So I have some new projects that I'm going to be working on here in the future that I can't tell you guys about yet, but you guys are going to absolutely love it, I hope. It's going to get some crazy wild fun. That's all it is. So that's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, of course, and also make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see any more reviews for other tech and things that I may or may not get. Make sure you post some suggestions or whatever for those down in the comments below. I'm going to be posting links in the description for any way to get these headsets for you guys, so you guys can check them out or buy them or get them, or I don't know, whatever. And then yeah, might wear my beanie for a few other episodes of games just because it's a lot more comfortable. Again, my ears are prone to infections occasionally, so it's a rather nuisance, but you know, you do what you do. You make it work the way you work. Torque it the way you twerk it. Alright, anyways, so again, thanks guys for watching. Post any comments below for any post any comments below for suggestions of games that you want me to play, or other tech that you want me to review, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.